We're here. How we doing? Let's turn this down. Let's get some good lighting happening. Is light gonna go on? It's on.
What is this lighting you speak of?
Are you against lighting, Dom?
It's dark, bro.
It's just
too
dark.
early for a light.
I hear you. It can be too early for a light. What is it we need light though? What is it? Do you not like to turn the lights on? Oh, okay, hold on. I have a thought. Give me this. If I needed to, I could walk around my apartment in the complete darkness. I've lived there long enough to be able to navigate my way from the front door all the way. It's also like 800 square feet here, so it's not as if it's like getting through a large portion of an area. But I could navigate from my front door in the dark, complete darkness, from the front door all the way to my closet, from my closet into my kids' room, from my kids' room into the kitchen. Like I could do things. Like I could feel around if I needed to, all that kind of stuff. When my wife is coming into the bedroom and I'm already sleeping, she needs to turn on her light, and just point it at the bed to make sure the bed is there to see me and everything else. And it always wakes me up. And I'm always thinking, how much longer do we have to live here for you to feel as if you can navigate without it? Exactly. See, I win. I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know that the fireworks happen. What did I do even to get that going on?
His double thumbs up.
Is it thumbs up?
Yeah.
Let me try one more time. Ready? No. Hearts always work, though. Hearts always work, I feel like.
Oh, man.
Now it just feels silly.
Right. No, it's just for me. It's just 5 a.m. and my eyes are not wanting to adjust to all this light. This is the what do you call the visor, like the makeup mirror or whatever. So I turn those lights on, but it just feels bright in my eyes, man. But yeah,
I will say, hold on. I want to confirm that that your visor and the light on it actually looks pretty good. I feel like it's a lot better than because you don't always do it, do you?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just too much for me, and I kind of feel like I going back to like people looking at me. Like I just feel like the street sweeper's about to run in. I just wonder what that dude thinks when he looks in my car because I have the visor lights, the dome lights. I have my Kindle. I have my laptop, and I have my phone, and the screen of the Tesla like all on right now. It just seems like it'd be a funny sight every morning.
I'll bet you that guy is also doing a dad stream, and he's like, I wonder what this guy thinks I'm doing in my street sweeper. He thinks this is my job. I just enjoy doing this. I bought this street sweeper, and it was a great eBay purchase. I'm just trying to keep up with the community. That's what's going on. That was dumb.
Good morning. That was fun. Not in car Blaze.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good, buddy.
Blaze, you look so well rested. I'm jealous. You look well, and you might not be, but you look so good.
I am not.
I'm dying inside.
I'm doing this consulting job right now, and I stayed up late working on it because I uploaded a bunch of hours at my real job, and I spent 3 hours doing this thing just to realize was doing it wrong. So basically just erased 2 hours of my life. So I have to go back and fix it all now. So that's where I'm at today.
Do you feel as if you going back and fixing it is going to make the end product better than if you didn't make the mistake though?
Yeah. So the things that I created yesterday, it's a really cool AI project. But the source content, I was only using a third of it, and I didn't realize there was 10 more pages I was supposed to be sifting and going through. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's the first time I've done it, but live, love, learn.
You sound like a Walmart sign, but in the best way. I love Walmart signs. What's up, Jason? Good morning. Good morning from Colorado. Got a nice sunrise behind you.
I'm seeing is this a portrait appropriate layout? Should we do portrait today?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been doing a shit ton of editing lately, and it's a lot easier.
Did you just kick Ryan?
No, I kicked
He just
myself
kicked
out
himself.
just to show you. So I'm just showing you. Sometimes a 3 is a lot easier for content and layouts. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. So I don't really care. I don't really care. Just don't judge me for throwing up seven podcast episodes in one day. I'm just trying to catch up. There's parts of me sometimes I'm like, what is the point of me trying to catch up with all these episodes? But it's not the truth. I love looking at them. I love taking the content from them. It's my plan moving forward. Anyway,
When are you gonna start?
Are
you gonna start streaming your live work?
You know what? You know what keeps hitting me really hard, and I think it was something. I never want to make it sound as if like we're riding Gary's dick, but like there is so much that he does say that I feel like is definitely important because we mention him all the time, and like it's VeeDads and whatever else, and like his words are not exactly like what we should follow everything in life, but there's a lot of good stuff there. So I just want to make sure I say, just because I mention Gary a lot sometimes and someone's like, man, do you work for him? I'm like, not at all. No, we just do these things. And
would you be his nutritionist if he asked you though?
Yeah, because I know enough about his routines and what his goals are, because I have listened enough to his 2 trainers, one current trainer and his past trainer. I realized, I think the bigger issue is just that we throw comments up and then it makes, no, it's all good. Anyway, yeah, no, of course they would. What a long answer, unnecessarily long answer. There was another point I was going to make here because I mentioned Gary's dick and I want to make sure I'm not just saying that without context.
Oh no, we got the context.
Hey kids, if you're listening to this episode and I'm dead, don't just turn it off. Just turn it off right here.
Oh God. Oh yeah. A lot of what we do now is because Blaze was like, I want to do something so my kids can look back and be proud of their dad. Well, episode 130. By the way, 130 is pretty amazing. It's me, Blaze. Your dad did not say this. Oh my God. All right, let's just pull this back in. Let's just forget where I was even going with any of this, and let's just make sure that. What are we doing for gratitude for today? How are we feeling?
Bring it back to gratitude.
I'm gonna remove myself.
But come back, Ryan. Come back right now. I was trying to think of gratitude if I have any. I'm sure there's. If you guys don't know, Heather does a lot of things, and we had to buy out her car because the lease was up yesterday. And I kept telling the guy, I'm like, listen, man, you just need to come to my house. Like, there's no way that I can like herd Heather to come to the car dealership to sign these papers for you. And he's like, we don't do that. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to set an appointment. She's not going to show up, or she's going to show up 30 minutes later, and you're going to have a bad day. So I'm trying to help you help me. And so he did end up driving to our house and signing all the papers. And I was so thankful for that. So that's my gratitude today.
Wow. Please, good job. That's like I think there's a lesson in here that I definitely want to take away from that. That's amazing. Is that something you're good at, or were you uncomfortable in that moment? I feel like you're good at that. You're a schmoozer.
Oh, I mean, I was uncomfortable in both regards, but what would make me more uncomfortable? It'd make me more uncomfortable trying to get Heather in my car and take her somewhere when she's in a meeting than taking this guy. I'm just asking him to do his job a little bit differently. Whereas like Heather, I'm not asking her to go sign off on a car every single day. So I'm just like, bro, this is a sale for you. It's really going to make your life easier. Just come, and we did it.
I would have completely rearranged my life to try and get there. I need you in my life.
I got you.
Good reminder.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Where are we at with gratitude on the other side? What's going on? Jason?
I'd like to come back to Blaze's little gratitude. I think that's a great tie into today's page.
Thank God. I was so worried you're going to come back to something else.
My gratitude is I had a great guys weekend focusing on men's wellness, and I actually came home with some good vibes from Sedona. It's kind of like a spiritual type place, I guess, now that I know something about it, but definitely felt some good feelings on the way back. Had some conversations with Kristen that I probably wouldn't have otherwise had, to plant some seeds for kind of getting past this hump with busy kids. I think I referenced before, like the marriage cup always seems to come last, and kind of gave me some good frame of reference to focus on that, fill that up a bit more.
Awesome.
So,
congrats, man.
Hi.
And clarity is huge, and that communication is good too. It was good at communicate. Dom's really good at communication.
Would you say, Jason, that the biggest takeaway was just like having more clarity coming home, or was there a bigger takeaway?
I think the takeaway is it's very obvious sometimes to kind of, it's obvious after the fact. It's like sometimes you just kind of have to make some time to give yourself some space to think about things. It's really hard to let things go when you're like in the day-to-day. Not let things go. It's really hard to like focus on like those challenges that pop up, kind of like a slow boil, and all of a sudden like you got a few issues that you need to confront with either your family or your kids or your job.
I love that. It resonates deeply, and I think it ties in great to today as well. Like you were saying, I'm sure, Dom, you love today too, because I think it's a big stoicism lesson of like, what can you control, what can't you control. That's why I'm breathing Blaze today, because I'm always going back to, if you can't control your breath, you can't control anything. And like from the physiological standpoint, like how does anxiety always begin to manifest? Usually it starts with heavy breathing. So
I also like this this month's topic. I was kind of getting a little bit tired of being yelled at to make my kids read for a whole month. It's timely and authentic.
Well, just be happy Ryan's here, because I was trying to make the next Daily Dads challenge a daily reading challenge.
Oh no, reading's great. It's just how many different ways could we be told to make our kids read? You know?
Yeah.
Reading's great. I love it. But I was ready for a new topic.
A month can be a long time for one topic, I think. But I think Ryan Holiday does a really good job of, I was looking back at some episodes and I realized, because there's like, I'm listening to an episode, I'm like, wait, what is the topic? And it really, if you think about it, some of the days when he's talking about it really isn't about reading or, other things too. But I think there's definitely some things in there that like he does kind of give some, I don't know why tentacles is the word in my mind, but it does give some, he kind of like shoots out a little bit into some other topics to then bring it back, which I think is good. I'm sure there's a system in here if we actually looked at exactly how he's doing it, but.
Dom, what's your gratitude?
Mine is, yesterday I was able to get home early enough to enjoy my daughter's band concert. My wife told me what's been going on with my teenager. Apparently her and her boyfriend broke up, which I'm cool with. And she told me the whole reasoning and all that stuff. And I just think that my daughter handled it very well. In fact, very stoically. So that was impressive. I don't know if she just has that naturally or if some of what I'm learning is rubbing off on her. And then I got to experience some fun moments with my son last night, because he was a little too fidgety at the band concert. So after my daughter stopped performing, I took him to the park next door, and he went up to a little boy himself and asked if he wanted to play. And then the two of them ended up teasing a girl on roller skates. And then a couple moments later, going up to her and apologizing. And it just kind of like, I just stood back and watched it all and let it all happen. And it, you know, it kind of seemed to all work itself out pretty well. And yeah, had a good night last night.
That's awesome.
Nice. Dom, I'm seeing some flights over here. I can get to LA if we have to go beat up a teenager for any reason.
Oh,
For one, I think 167. So just let me know. I can definitely book it. I can come out there. Let me know if something happened with the boyfriend.
yeah, it's like my brother-in-law, so my sister's uncle, is like a cop, ex-military. He does jujitsu for a hobby, and he's like swole as AF. Like his, so if I need to, I have an enforcer. But yes, I wouldn't say no to you coming out here, anyways.
But
I feel like I would definitely.
Does he wear Crocs to the gym? I bet you wears Crocs.
I don't go to the gym with him because it's just too.
Like,
I'm sure he has like everything that you don't want to see at the gym and grunts really loudly. So I don't go to the gym with him.
We've been touching on that, on the whole thing, on the whole reading today.
It was a great reading. I mean, like Blaze said, it's like the number one lesson in Stoicism. It's something that I'm constantly telling my kids over the last years, that just, you know, you don't control what your brother does. So that word of control is something that I've been kind of trying to put in their ears, and you know, trying to get them to understand that lesson. It was kind of a hard lesson for me to understand, you know, because a lot of my frustrations in my workday is, you know, the people that I hire, you know, not showing up or not doing their job correctly or making me wait. You know, it's a frustrating thing, but at the end of the day, like, you know, learning that lesson that I don't control these people, I don't control what happens to them, I don't control the, you know, the accident on the freeway that caused them to be late, or the fact that they just like are human and they just forget, you know. And then one thing that I do control is just staying on top of them, you know, shooting them a message 30 minutes to an hour before, reminding them of what they need to do so that they don't forget. Yeah. So it's a good lesson. Hard to teach, but a good lesson.
I think it is definitely hard to teach. If anyone is not, again, familiar with where we're at with Ryan Holiday's book, The Daily Dad, is what we're reading. And today this is the main lesson. It's what it's entitled. And basically, it's all about making sure that we can teach our kids. And don't forget that a lot of what's being said is to help teach us here. But it's all about knowing that we can't control anyone. Dom did a good job, I think, putting it together. I do like reading verbatim, kind of like what Ryan Holiday does say here. He always wraps things up well. You can get most of what he's saying or trying to get across in the last paragraph. But Ryan Holiday says, teach your kids not to wallow in these misfortunes, but to focus on what is next. And he says, guide them to put their energy toward their response. So, you know, we can't control anyone, but I think the idea here is that our response to whatever it is, someone saying something, someone doing something, how we can move forward is, I think, the most important thing there. He says, because that's what's up to them. And I think it's important I think the word control, I think, is overused, and I think is almost negative in some kind of ways, or looked at it that way. But if we can make sure that we allow our kids to see what they can control in life, and that it can lead to, I think, a lot of the accountability, which I want my girls to definitely feel. I know with my 7-year-old's responses to my 3-year-old, my 3-year-old can be really difficult sometimes, as she should be. That's just, she's 3. But my 7-year-old, I'm trying to teach her how, you know, her actions are not a personal attack on her. And so, you know, I'm working through that. And I think there's moments where I have to remind myself that, for sure. So it's, if we want to teach our kids how much control they can have in life, whether it's having their own business versus working a 9 to 5, making sure that they understand how they can manage their own money situations or how they can manage their emotions in these. It's big. I don't think I was really taught that so much as a kid, and it would have been nice. And I feel like I've been really on top of that with my kids now. So are you guys teaching this in some kind of way about control, or do you guys use the word control?
I do, yeah.
You do. How do you use the word control? Sometimes I feel like
so one of the things that I've been really working with my daughter is like when she gets up in the morning, I don't shoot guns, so maybe I'm saying this wrong, but like a hairline trigger, isn't that like a trigger that like you just touch it and it goes off? Yeah.
I think hair trigger is what you. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
idea.
I've only done Nerf guns, so. But anything that doesn't go her way, it's just immediate, like, my life's so hard. This is terrible. I'm going to have a terrible day. And to me, like, that's why I come and hang out with you guys every morning is like, I want to have a great day and I want to start having a great day. And I'm just always trying to tell her, like, you can control the morning, like get up earlier, lay your clothes out. Like this morning it's cold outside. So she's like, I'm going to freeze to death. And I'm like, okay, let's just go get some sweatpants. What can we control right now? You already chose a cooler outfit, but we can go change. So that's what I'm working. That's how I'm using it.
what is something you said that you feel like got across to her and like it put the light bulb on, you think?
Man, that's a good question. I don't think she would verbalize it, but I see it a little bit more that she's being a little bit more prepared. So it's not so much like, where's my water bottle? But it's like grabbing it and doing it herself instead of moving to that freak out moment. Not that we still have those freak out moments because of can't find hair ties, hairbrush, shoes, brother's annoying. But I think mornings are moving towards a more stable direction.
I just want to use the bell sound. I want it. Yeah. I feel like sometimes I like to find new tools here. I also like, hey Dom, can you do me a favor? Okay, stop pressing the bell. Wait, can someone tell me, Dom, what?
Let's make it debate
Oh,
format.
oops. Sorry guys, that's my fault. I put it on loop. It was looping the bell. What a waste. Oh, gotta learn these things. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, good guys. We don't have to anything crazy. Is there anything else that we feel like we need to take away from today? What is a challenge? I know Blaze is always good at it. Dom, what's the challenge we can put out there for the dads for Daily Dads 130? 130, guys, 130 consecutive episodes in the morning. That's pretty damn good. We know the chat, our couch has definitely been with us too. But Dom, give us a challenge for 130.
Ooh. You gonna throw this on me, huh? I'm not the challenge guy. That's Blaze.
I got a challenge.
Go for it.
Last paragraph. I think that's the big takeaway here. Teach your kids not to wallow in these misfortunes, but to focus on what comes next. That's something that I do with my students a lot. It's really easy during a class to like if the kid's messing around or something's not going right, it's really easy for them and me sometimes to focus on that. Like I'm like, why did you do that? Tell me why you did that. Why? Okay, go stand outside and come back when you have a reason. Instead of that, it's like when I'm at my best with my kids, it's like, okay, we're gonna roll past that, fix whatever the behavior is, then move from there. It's a lot easier on me, and it's a lot easier on whoever I'm talking to. And then one thing that kind of comes up is like one thing Dad always told us is to be like a duck, let it roll off your back. I think is a good. Generally, I think that's a good attitude. If I go back to what Blaze said about your story with your wife and the car dealership,
Isn't the duck thing more about needing to stay calm above water and then like paddle beneath the water?
No, because their feathers are covered in oil and the water just rolls off their back.
Okay, I'm with you.
But I would say that in this case, I think Blaze's key word here would probably be confront. Nope. One more 30. If I may respond to my comment. I'll make it quick.
I'm having so much PTSD right now
Oops.
because whenever you ring the bell, the nurse is supposed to come.
Yeah. Blaze, I think you were confronting more than letting go of control. Like instead of letting the situation kind of roll out the way that the car dealer, the guy said, I think you took control of that situation, confronted what the issue was. I think I'm sure in one of these pages, there's that somewhere. But I'm done. You can ring that bell now. That's my TED Talk.
That's good.
Thank you, sir.
Nice. Wait, where was the challenge in that?
The challenge is to not focus on an issue or a problem, roll into what the solution is as seamlessly as you can, I guess.
Got it. Hold on. I want a directive. What is a directive? What's something we can do today?
You know what? That was an unfinished thought, but I would say maybe confront something that is grinding your gears today.
I will fight my wife. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen today. So anyway, that's a good one. If I'm still alive tomorrow, you guys will see me, and yeah, I think that'll be good. It's a good challenge. I like it.
What was Dom's challenge? Let's go back to Dom.
No. I like your challenge. It was definitely good.
I like Brofit's challenge earlier in the day. Like mix up your steps a little bit. So take some backward steps and take some side steps.
Ooh, I like that one. Where is that?
I think that's worth bringing up. I saw that too.
Yeah. Sorry, that was way up in the top.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Get those muscles thinking in a different way.
Love it.
Sometimes the solution is around, not straightforward. Really annoying. Really annoying. Okay, I want to get some coffee.
All right, good stuff, guys. Blaze, sign us off, bud.
Everyone, may your hearts stay filled with gratitude and your mugs with coffee. I hope everyone has a great day. It is Thursday, 10/3/24, and happy October.
See you, gents.
See you guys.